everybody, so I would like to show you guys in this video how I going about to make this wrap skirt. It is a free downloadable pattern on the Peppermint magazine website. I downloaded it and then I printed it and then I put it together. It took me quite some time, and now I am still going to trace the pattern according to my size, because my waist measurement and my hip measurement differs from the actual pattern. I will try to show you guys that, and I didn't print the instructions. It's too many pages, so I will just look on the downloadable file. So yeah, welcome and please enjoy. It's too many pages, so I will just look on the downloadable file. So yeah, welcome and please enjoy. So I just used some wax paper. I think I've got some short about this. And I'm going to tape it together, and then I'm going to actually not use one particular size. I'm going to, if you go look at the instruction, you will see what the measurement is for the waist and what is for the hip. So what I will be doing, I will be moving from the one size. I'm not going to go straight with this line. I'm going to take the waist measurement, and then I'm going to slowly move on to the hip of the other size. Okay, so it's the hip measurement of the one size and the waist measurement of the other size, and I will just combine it nicely and then I will go. I already looked at the lengthen or shorten. If you want to have a short one, a short skirt, you have to perhaps use this line or even make it shorter, but I definitely don't wear short skirts, so I'll continue for the long length. So what I did, I actually kept the pattern right in front of me, in front of the mirror, to compare the length of the pattern with what I actually wanted. And they say in the instructions that you need to be, they use somebody with 1.7 meter for the pattern. So if you are shorter, you definitely know the pattern will need to be shortened for you. And if you're a taller person, longer than 1.7, and you want it to be a certain length, you need to lengthen it also there. So I am 1.7 meter, and I noticed that this pattern fits me where the calf is and exactly where they say the pattern would be. So please make sure you have the correct length. I'm not going to make a toile. You know what a toile is? It's just you use old fabric or whatever fabric that you have to make a test pattern. But this is a very simple pattern, and I'm not going to make it well. I will just continue making it on the fabric that I decided I will be using as the main fabric. So this is actually just a duvet that I am going to cut up, because I just want to use this to show you guys how to make the pattern. And you can use, of course, any type of fabric that you like. So you will need to take your measurement, your waist and your hip, and the length from the waist to the desired length. So I am going to be using the waist, which is J, and I'm not going to use the hip of J. I will use H, which is 124, because I'm actually between these two sizes and I prefer loose fitting clothes, so I will rather go for this one. And the length is 81 centimeter. Yeah, so I will just use that one. And then of course the most important part for you guys is how much fabric you will be using. So I will stick to 8H, which is the bigger hip size for me. And if you're going to be using 115 centimeter wide fabric, if I would have bought the fabric, I would have used 2.7 meter. It's basically in yards the same, 2.7 yards. If I would buy 150 centimeter fabric wide or 60 inches wide, I would have to buy 1.9 meter or 2.1 yards of fabric. I'm not going to be making a lining because I prefer making clothes nowadays for many seasons, so I will just wear petticoat underneath. But depends on the type of fabric. If it was a satin type of fabric, I would have added a lining to make it will add to the quality of the item, and it will the skirt will hang better as well. cutting out all the alterations on my tracing paper so that I can keep the original pattern. Make sure that you transfer all the pattern markings. I don't actually see a lot of pattern markings on this particular piece, but make sure you have the dot here. Cut at the dot. If you are not going to trace the paper, the pattern, you can just start cutting from your digital download that you printed. So this is the end of part 1, and I will do part 2 when I will actually be cutting out the fabric.